Hey folks, welcome to Guitar Daily. It's Nick Granville coming to you from Wellington, New Zealand. Thanks so much for all the support for the pentatonic stuff I've been doing this week. I've been calling it Beyond Pentatonic, so it's this idea of kind of pentatonic, but we're going to take it further and maybe explain some stuff that you might not have thought about. So today I thought let's look at taking something further. So in yesterday's video I discussed about playing pentatonic substitutions, and one I presented was playing on an altered chord, playing up a minor third. So I have an A altered. By altered, I mean an alteration to the 5th and the 9th. So it could be sharp 5, flat 9, it could be sharp 5, sharp 9, it could be flat 5, flat 9, whichever, you know. But basically that kind of sound, right? And that a good way to kind of play over that is just go up a minor third and play the minor pentatonic. Make sure I don't add any extra notes. And the thing with that is that what you end up getting is like you end up hitting all the high points of like the notes you want to be landing on, right? It's a good one. So one thing to think about though is you don't just have to play single notes. You can play chords as well out of these, and I'll show you how to do that today. So the thing is to remember, if we're playing this against something else, then we actually only need to play 2 notes to get a chord. I know typically you need 3 notes to have a proper chord, right? Say a root 3rd and 5th or root 3rd 7th, something like that, right? But in this case, if we're playing over something, say we're playing over a bass player playing an A note or piano player or something like that, well, we only need 2 notes. That could be considered a chord. What is it? Doesn't even matter. But it could be sharp 5, flat 9. We're not even thinking that way. We're just grabbing 2 notes out of that minor pentatonic, and that becomes our altered chord. Or we could take 3 notes. Let's go back to first position. So first position, C minor pentatonic would be here. Could be that, right? Could be this. Those are 3 notes, but it could be 2 notes, it could be 4 notes. And the thing with it is these are tensions, right? So it's going to sound a little dissonant to some people's ears, but the dissonance is not necessarily wrong notes. It's just, you know, we're thinking a sound that's a darker kind of tonality, and we're matching that with darker tonality of the thing. So it's not actually playing out. Some people might think of that as being out, but it's not. Key thing with any altered chord is how you resolve it, right? So that 9 times out of 10, A7 sharp 5 is going to go to D minor or D major, but probably D minor. Right? So if we do this, we need to resolve to D minor. So that's easy. Jump up a step, a whole tone. And those are all chords that I'm just picturing out of the minor pentatonic. So if I go back to C again, it could be this. And a good way to do this, if I think, well, if that's going to be like one that I want to develop into my playing, right? Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. But I can try and find all the other ones that exist on those set of strings. So the next one would be that, right? And the next one would be that. All over an A root note. And the next one would be... The next one would be... Telly doesn't have the most access up at that point. Right? And they're cool sounds, right? So by kind of taking an approach of finding all the other voicings that continue along there, we start to see which ones we like, which ones we don't, what works, what doesn't, and we sort of develop this plan, right? But we have to kind of think about where they're going to go, like I mentioned. So say I'm working along that string, and I go, oh, that one just resonates with me. Well, what's it going to go to, right? It's probably going to go to D minor, like I mentioned. So that could be. So now I could go... Quite like that, or it could go. Right. it a try. So I'm calling these pentatonic chords because they're kind of chords that I'm building out of a pentatonic scale. You could call this a modal approach if you like. To me, it's a good way of kind of doing it. And the reason I like this kind of approach to finding little chord shapes out of the scale is people know pentatonic. They might not necessarily know these chord voicings that you're playing or whatever, but they know the pentatonic. They've heard it thousands of times in a million different songs, and so they know that sound, right? So even though we're using it in a sound that's kind of not dissonant, but a kind of way that's a bit of a darker tonality, it's still like in a way that makes sense to people, right? Because everybody knows pentatonic. And that's me just playing C minor pentatonic. If I don't have any root note reference, see, everything changes as soon as it's over an A. Right, because it has that certain relationship. Hope you found this useful. If you have, please subscribe, please like, share this video with other people. If you know people are into this kind of stuff, then send it out to them. I do these videos every day on YouTube. If there's something you think I should cover, leave it in the comments below. This whole week is dedicated to the minor pentatonic, and so what I'm doing is 6 videos, Monday to Saturday, and they'll be on different topics to do with pentatonic. I'm not going to go into kind of basic stuff because I assume you know that. I'm more interested in kind of going beyond pentatonic, hence why it's called that, right? And kind of going forward. So, and then Sunday I'll do a live stream where I'm going to recap on all this stuff. I'm going to go deeper into some of it. I'll give some examples and playing. We'll answer questions, all that kind of stuff. So yes, if you haven't subscribed, please do. Share it with people who are into the same kind of stuff. Buy me a coffee's link below if you like it, all that kind of stuff. But thanks so much for being here. That's the most important thing. Cheers.